And we are back with another backyard flyer, and in my opinion, probably the best one yet, UMX Slow Ultra Stick. Guys, just looking at this thing, you could tell how light it is, which means it's going to fly extremely slow. Now, this is a scaled down version of the big one, which I didn't have. I did fly this already, and I really like it. It's a cool little plane. Now, I'm holding a remote, which means it does come ready to fly. So you get the remote, plane, battery, and charger, all for 150 bucks. Or, if you don't want this remote, you can get this as a bind and fly for 120 bucks. Battery that it comes with, 150 milliamp 1S. You can go all the way up to a 210 milliamp 1S. I'm not sure what kind of flight time you're going to get with that, but you do get decent flight time with this. The only issue I've ever had with 1S packs is when it gets cold, they discharge super fast. But it's pretty nice out tonight, calm winds, so we're going to fly this thing. Now let's talk about the remote real quick. Pretty standard remote here, right? We got high and low rates, our throttle cut, a panic button. Right here we have beginner, intermediate, and experienced or advanced mode. And the controls, here's where it gets a little, actually, you know what, let's plug it in and then I'll show you the controls. So this does have AS3X and safe, which is nice. As I said, it's good for beginners. So we plug it in, it's going to initialize if the remote's on. Always turn the remote on first. Hopefully it's good. Let's see. And we got to redo that. Amateur hour in Jay's RC Garage's backyard. AS3X is going to do what it does. Now, here's where it gets a little weird. So where this would be your throttle, it is our throttle. This would be our rudder, right? But since we don't have an aileron, they made the ailerons our rudder. And then, of course, we have our elevator. Now I'm going to take off. Actually, you know, I could hand throw it, but I'm actually going to just take off. Let's put this thing on the floor. I'm taking off in beginner mode, and we'll get it up. Now, as I said, one of the floatiest planes you will probably ever fly. Now, I'm about 20% on that throttle right now. And you guys see just how easy this thing coasts along. So if you have a small backyard, even smaller than my backyard, you're going to be able to fly this thing absolutely no problem. And in beginner mode, you know, it's not going to let you bank too hard, so you're not going to worry about crashing. You know, we don't have aileron, so you're probably not going to be flying this thing inverted. But all in. Does have enough power to go up high. That's full throttle. We'll climb a little bit. And you guys see, you know, AS3X actually, which is kind of weird. I'm surprised that AS3X keeps it from bouncing around because there's no ailerons. But now I'm going to shut off. I'm not even going to go intermediate. I'm going right to advanced. And you can see, you know, we can do some loops. I am right here above us. There we are. Yeah, we'll do some loops, low to the floor loops. Hey, hey. You having a hard time filming that? This is the slowest flying plane. You film jets. Now, guys, they make a light kit for this too. Now, we all know at night, a majority of the time, at least where I live on Long Island, it's a lot calmer at night. So it's cool that they make a micro light kit for this. And the light kit's only 15 bucks. Now, if you're like, dude, there's no way you're going to fly this, I promise you, I had my parents over last night. We were kind of just hanging out, talking, and I had this thing up majority of the night. It's just really fun. Good flight times, too. You're going to get over 5 minutes on that little pack. It's a tiny motor. The micro servos really don't use any power, so you're going to be able to just kind of really enjoy it. Now, back up. Let me show you. Let's land this thing. Hey, look at that. Now, if you want to hand throw it, pretty easy. Just give it a light hand toss and she's up. Now, one of the things I was practicing last night was these lands. It's a lot of fun. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, this has to be the floatiest plane that E-flite makes. And, you know, fair price. Ready to fly for 150 bucks. I think, you know, I think it's a good deal. I think it's super light, so it will be durable. I think if you crash, which I'm not gonna, because I actually do like this, and I'm gonna be flying this a lot. This is gonna be one of those ones that I keep, you know, on the back table. Just if people are over and they want to see a plane in the air, I can throw this thing up. So I'm not gonna crash it and do a crash demonstration. Normally it crashes by itself, but honestly, this flies so easy that I don't think I could crash this even if I tried. Again, we'll do some back loops. I kind of want to see what it does if it rolls. That was a slow roll. So you can roll it. Just after talking about crashing, I almost crashed. You can do a rudder roll, which that was kind of weird, but it did work. Which means I could probably do a rudder turn. I'm still getting used to it, man. One of the things you got to get used to is you actually go to use your rudder as the rudder, and that stick does nothing on the remote. So remember, your rudder is your ailerons. But guys, just a beautiful gliding, beautiful flying, simple flying airplane. If you don't have one of these in your collection, I advise you to get one. They are fun. If you have a backyard with some trees, this is probably fun to shoot some obstacles. Let's see, I'll come around the tent. I'm gonna come behind this. Talking obstacles, I gotta try some. Look at that. Now that is fun. Let's bring this thing in for a land. Putting beginner mode back on. Look at that float. Hey! Guys, I do like it, genuinely. I think it's a fun plane. It's super light, super small. I think flying weight of this is 46 grams or something like that. With the battery, if you go the bigger battery, you might bump it up to like 55 grams. Well under that 250 gram weight for remote ID. I don't even think this kid hold a remote ID module. That's how light it is. You need some calm winds. It does have AS3X, so it'll probably bop around a little. You probably can fly this in a little bit of wind, but I don't advise you to. It's just a fun backyard flyer. And I'm making a video soon of all my favorite backyard flyers, my top 5, and this is in it. I'm not going to tell you what place it's in just yet, so you're going to have to stay tuned for that video. But if you guys are interested in this, I did leave the link down below, so make sure you check it out. Thanks for watching.